OddsJam just released their mobile app and they have plus EV notifications. So I just wanted to quickly make this video to go into exactly how you set these notifications, you set your filters, so you get notified anytime there is a plus EV bet that pops up to your liking. It goes straight to your phone and you can place your bet. So if you're sitting on the couch, gassing up your car, playing football, whatever you're doing, and you have an Apple Watch on or your phone's on you, you can get notified when these bets pop up. So you no longer have to be sitting at your computer refreshing the plus EV tool. You can get notified. And that is a super important, piece of the puzzle now, right? And that we didn't necessarily have before. And this really opens up the ability to find plus EV bets when you're on the go, when you're busy, when you're at work. So this is super exciting. And today I'm just going to go into exactly how you set this up to your liking so you can get these notifications on your phone. Without further ado, make sure you guys subscribe, like the video, and let's get into it. All right, so before we go to the phone to show exactly how this works, you need to set up your filters properly on the computer, and then you'll be able to go to the phone and get your notifications. So here's how you do it. So first things first, let's set up a filter. So let's turn off recommended filters, and we will set up one specifically to get notifications for, right? So what we do, first of all, is we're going to set the minimum percentage, right? And so I would recommend getting notified on bets, right, that are at least 4%, right? Because at the end of the day, with all this volume coming up, NFL, NBA, NHL, college, all of this stuff, we want to make sure that we're being notified of quality bets, right? And there's going to be so many that are coming through that if you get overwhelmed with the amount that you're getting notified on your phone, you're going to miss some. You're just going to stop paying attention to the notifications. But if you create a nice filter here where you have, even like a minimum of 7%, that means that every time you get a notification from OddsJam, it's a bet that you absolutely must place, right? So for me personally, I'm going to do 4% because I'm going to want to get as much volume as I can in, and anything above 4% is definitely worth stopping what you're doing and going to place it. So set your minimum. I did 4%. And then you want to select the sports books that you have access to, right? Because you don't want to get notified for a sports book that you don't have an account with. So select all the sports books that you've got access to, right? There's a bunch more that I would select if I'm actually setting this up. But for the sake of the video, let's say we've got those 5 sports books. Those are the ones we have access to, right? Then you can set it based off of sport, league, the specific markets you want to do, date range. I wouldn't touch any of this. I wouldn't touch any of the game either. But basically, what the next thing that you actually want to set for the filter is the minimum and maximum odds, right? And so for me personally, to keep the width in check, because now that the recommended filters are off, width can go crazy, right? We could get 500 width on plays, someone did hit a home run or something like that. And those, since the width is so high, the market is not confident about those odds. And so we don't want to be taking those. So in order to keep the width in check, right, like 17, 18%, when we're looking at this here, I like to have maximum odds at plus 190. This keeps things in check. We can still get nice plus money bets, but our widths will remain, nice and low. So the market is really confident about the bets that we're getting. You can also do that with market width as well. Very similar way. You can set the width. For me, I don't have a set width that I like. Anything under 80 or so for width is pretty good. But I just like to set the min max odds because anything over plus 200, the width is going to be too large. So we're going to do it like that, and we're going to save this filter. We're going to call this filter the notifications filter. And we're going to save that, right? And so before we actually save that, what you can do is you can turn on email alerts, right? And so you can get emailed these alerts. So save that. And after it saves, we can go into our settings, right? And we can see this notification that we have, right? So it's the notifications filter for the positive EV tool 4%, minimum, the sports books we have access to, the min-max odds, and the notifications are on. And so in these settings, you can turn this off and on, obviously. And also we can go back in and we can actually set up notifications for arbitrage bets, which is super important as well, right? Because obviously with arbitrage, we're making risk-free wagers, right? We're taking both sides and we're making a percentage in the middle. And so what we can do, again, we can go to our filters. We can set up a new filter. We can say, okay, well, we want, a minimum percentage of 3%, right? So we're making sure that we're getting plays that are at least giving us 3% return on what we're wagering. Same thing, sports books, all of that, right? Min-max odds, I wouldn't set for this one. We want to keep that open, but just keep the percentage, basically set the percentage and the sports books, because you obviously need access to both the sports books. And then you can save your filter. We'll save it as the ARB notifications here. We'll turn those email alerts on and we'll save it. Now it says email alerts, but as I'm going to switch over to my phone and we can look at that it's actually an alert for the app. You click on it, it takes you directly to the app, and that way you can look at, right, if you go to Positive EV, if it takes you to that specific bet, you can actually look at what the percentage is and how much money you want to be wagering on it, right? And that's the most important thing. And then obviously in the app, you can track it. But let's quickly switch over to the app. All right, so we are on my phone now, and as you can see, here's what the notifications look like. So it comes from the OddsJam app, and basically it tells you exactly what it is. So it says arbitrage alert 4.4%, right? And so again, you can switch the percentages, so you're not looking at really small bets and it's just filling up your your notifications. But as you can see, all these arbitrage bets came in right as I set the filters. And then also you can see the positive alert one here, right? Positive EV alert, 5.78%. And so what you do is you click on it, right? And it will take you directly to the play, right? And so it tells you exactly what the play is, the percentage in the top right, and then it shows you a breakdown of actually the odds across all the sports books. And this is super important because sometimes there's a play that comes through that might not actually be quite as plus EV as it may say, because one book, right, one important book for this algorithm that OddsJam runs, like Bet Online or Pinnacle, might have a line that is really, really misplaced for 5 seconds. OddsJam takes that, says it's super plus EV just based off of that line, but all of these other lines are very similar to it, right? So you just want to make sure that you give it a quick glance at the actual distribution of odds. But obviously this one is plus EV because as you can see, it's saying take East Carolina plus 1.5 at plus 110. And if we look at it, right, you can see, well, Bet365 is at minus 110. Pinnacle, minus 113. All these other ones are about minus 110. We're getting it at plus 110. So clearly great value on this. So what I would do, I would see this. I would then, go to my Play Now app on my phone, place the bet, come back in here, add it to Bet Tracker, put in, make sure that the odds are the same, the amount that I'm staking is the same, and then add it to my Bet Tracker. And so that's how it's so easy using the OddsJam app. Is it gives you the notification. You click that notification, it takes you straight to this page, tells you exactly what to do, how much to bet on it. You place the bet, add it to your Bet Tracker, and you're on your way. It's like a 20-second process, and otherwise you wouldn't have found these bets, right? And at the end of the day, volume, volume, volume. That's the most important thing in sports betting. That's how you increase your profits, because if your ROI is at 5%, well, how do you increase your profits? You got to bet more, right? And that either you increase your unit size or you just place more bets. And so this is the best way to do it. Super happy with this app. OddsJam did a great job. If you are interested in trying out OddsJam, there's a link down below for a free trial. You can try it out. And no risk, and then also there is a 30-day money back guarantee. So you can try the OddsJam plus EV tool, optimizer, anything that you want to try. And if you don't like it, if it doesn't work for you, you can get your money back, no sweat at all. So anyways, hopefully you guys found this video somewhat interesting and useful. I didn't know that this app was so great. with these notifications. And so kind of just found this out last couple days, saw that they updated the app, and it's really, really solid. And so I want to make sure that everybody knows about this because I didn't. Anyways, hopefully you guys liked the video, and we'll see you guys next time.